Losing sleep is something all newborn parents go through, and when you aren't getting enough rest, you may begin to worry about carrying around or even bathing your newborn. The February issue of American Baby magazine offers some advice on how to cope with new parenting fears. And joining us now to talk about this and help you ease some of that anxiety is Jessica Hartshorn. She's senior lifestyle editor for American Baby. Thanks for being with us.
Hi, good morning.
Well, these fears that come to mind, they seem at times just extreme for something that just is very simple once you break it down.
Right.
But why do you have just these odd fears once you have a baby?
Because, you know, when I gave birth, I thought I was going to be so in control. I was an editor to American Baby. I knew everything there was, I thought. But these crazy fears go through your head, and it's because you have oxytocin running through your system, hormones that increase your flight or fight response. It keeps you on the ball, but it also makes you a little paranoid and crazy, and it's why new moms can feel some crazy thoughts going through their heads as they're caring for their newborn.
Kind of nature's way of keeping you on the ball. All right, well, let's get to some of these crazy fears, if you will. Like, I'm going to drop my baby. That's always in the back of your mind, or for some in the forefront of their mind.
Person around, right? You probably won't, but you can take some common sense precautions about, moving throw rugs out of the way, not walking around in your socks on hardwood floors, and just taking your time and being careful. You can keep diapers on both upstairs and downstairs levels of your house, so that you don't have to go up and down the steps all the time. And if you do drop your baby, because it did happen to a friend of mine, she stepped out of the bed and tripped over the bedding and went down with her baby. But he was fine. They're more resilient than you probably think.
Yeah, and pretty tough, aren't they?
If something happens and you feel like your baby's acting different, you can go, of course, to the emergency room and get them checked out. But probably everything's going to be fine.
But, okay, let's move into the bathroom, because that's an issue when you're bathing your child. There's water involved, and sometimes parents feel like the baby's going to slip from their hands.
They're so wet and slippery.
Yeah, I mean, how realistic is that?
Well, they are wet and slippery, but you can do a sponge bath for the first month where you're not actually, sitting them in water. You're just wiping them down, more or less, because they don't get all that dirty in that first month. And then when you do move into the tub and they're sitting in water and they come out a little wet, you pick them up under their arms and just get them on a towel or a swaddling blanket fast. And you can have the tub on the floor too, so that you're not high up. And just be down there bathing your baby. And when you wrap them up and carry them around in a blanket or towel, then you're much safer than carrying around a wet, naked baby.
This is true, and probably the baby's a little bit warmer that way too. And I remember when my little sister was very, very young, there's obviously a big age difference between us, but when I'd clip her little fingernails, I was always so worried that I was going to nick her fingers. So how do you prevent that?
You don't actually have to cut them in the first couple weeks, because it's kind of still attached to the skin. If your baby's scratching themselves, there's little mitts that they can wear, or often the clothing will fold over their hands. But then once you start to cut them, you just take your time. You push the skin back and just clip a little bit. You can use a nail file if the clipping makes you too nervous. And then my big tip was to do it when the baby was asleep, so that they can't jerk away. And don't bite it with your teeth.
Who does that? Are you serious? Do people really do that?
I think there are people who are like, the baby's asleep, I don't want to get up and then get the nail clipper.
Get out of here, that does not happen. Does it really?
I'm not going to name names.
Wow.
I know people have bitten their baby's nails, but you're not supposed to.
Yeah,
you
that's
have
a bad
bacteria
visual.
in your
All
mouth.
right, we'll move on from that. And some, new parents, when they're driving and they have to put that baby in the car seat, in the back seat, what's going on? Is the baby okay? Right? How do you get over that fear?
Because you're trying to concentrate on the road and you have this screaming behind you, and all you want to do is comfort your baby. But you have to just keep telling yourself, you know what, they are strapped in and nothing's going to happen to them back there. They're bored, maybe a little motion sick, wondering, where your face is, but they're going to be okay. Your job is to drive, and to drive safely, and to get to your destination. Or if you do need to pull over, obviously you can, but you have to do what you can do to keep yourself calm and just trust that your baby's safe back there. And if you really feel like you're going on a long drive and need help, then get a friend to sit back there and be with the baby, or have your husband drive, or your partner drive, and you sit back there. I said I would never be that mom. I was like, I will not sit in the back seat while my husband drives.
I bet you did it, didn't you?
I totally did.
You just can't stay away. They're so cute, though.
Sometimes the only way to combat the newborn fear is to
take a deep breath and realize it's going to be okay, right?
And do the things you said you wouldn't do, just to make yourself feel a little better.
Absolutely. All right, good advice. Jessica Hartshorn from American Baby. Thanks for being with us.